Okay, guys. Hi. Hope that you guys are doing well. I'm just anticipating more people into the chat, into our meeting. And today's Wednesday, so we know that today's our novel, and we're getting closer to the end. Um, and I just a very kind reminder that this weekend, inshallah, you guys are supposed to be reading. Sorry, you're supposed to be watching the movie. Okay, so you're going to learn more about the ending of the novel. That's if you don't already know. Um, and don't forget that also you guys are going to be asked on Saturday to submit your movie comparison chart. Okay, I showed you guys that chart, and it's uploaded in our and I explained it in our meeting previously. So please be careful for the due dates, and make sure that you're on time. Okay, so watch the movie and watch it diligently, not just for entertainment. Okay, and make sure that you're copying down the and looking for the differences that we're seeing. Okay, the first thing that we need to work on now, okay, is a revision of chapter 16, the one that we did previously. Okay, we did some of it. Okay, and of course we didn't get a chance to finish it reading it in class. So it's no problem. I asked you guys to finish reading it at home. All right, so the first 5 words of vocab related to chapter 16, the word departure. And okay, and just make sure that you have the correct the
Miss, I sent the study guide to you. Did you receive it? I sent it to
yes.
you on Messenger. I sent it on Messenger because on email it will take a long time and it was not that early.
That's fine. I did get a bunch of them last night, and I make sure that I made sure to respond to you guys to make sure to let you know that I did. All right. So yeah, Hannah, I did get yours. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Check your answers with me for the vocab. I'm going to be posting that document later with the answers, so that you could also have the answers with you. Okay, to check your answers later. So
Miss
departure. Does that
Yasmin, Miss
yes?
Yasmin, I just entered because there was a problem. I got يعني carried
No, it's
away
okay,
شوية.
Nano. No problem.
Okay.
So who could tell me what is a good sentence that you for departure? All right, Hannah.
For example, um, like I started I I started go. Oh, I can't. I started having I don't know with the noun, but I know like I started
Use it as
going
a
away.
subject. Use the word departure as a subject. The departure of.
Okay, the departure of um for example the departure of the fire. I started going away, for example, or is it
Okay,
incorrect?
departure means for something to go away. Okay, so we can say that the departure of, for example, your best friend who came to visit. Okay, so she came to visit Egypt for maybe a few days, like a girl that you guys are friends with. I forgot her name. You can say the departure of my best friend um made me feel
Was so
upset.
hard, for example.
Yeah, was hard to take. Okay, so the departure of my best friend was difficult to deal with. For example, Okay, so here the word departure is in the sentence. Anna. All right, inconsolable. We saw it on page 178, and this is when we were on this. She was unable of being consoled or being consoled. That means she was very cheerless. No matter how much or no matter what anybody did to try and attempt to make her feel better about the situation, she was just not feeling better. Okay, so she was inconsolable. All right. So how could we use it? And remember, it's an adjective. Maya.
Gretel was inconsolable when Lieutenant Cutler left.
Lieutenant. Good. Okay, so say it again.
Lieutenant. Gretel was inconsolable when Lieutenant Cutler left.
Okay, so she was cheerless. Okay, nothing made her feel better. Nothing would make her feel better. To consult someone, okay, when you consult someone, it means when you go and ask them for advice or for their opinion. Okay, and we see that Bruno wanted to consult his family about a few things, and he changed his mind. All right, so again, to consult is to ask for advice or an opinion, and this is actually a job for some people. Some people they work as business consultants, and that ask them for advice. Relationship advice. Okay, so these are a consultant or someone that you go to for advice, and to consult means to go to them for advice. This is the verb. Okay, let's see. Reem, please, what would you have a sentence for that?
Um, I will have to consult with my boss before I make a decision.
I will have to consult who? My what?
With my boss before I will make a decision that is important.
Good job. I have to consult my boss before making an important decisions or an important decision. Good. All right, consult. Ask them for their advice. Thank you, Maya. Thank you. All right, and mishappen here is the definition of it. We saw it on page 185, and this was when Bruno, when his head was described as, it was mishappen, and he described it as ugly and deformed. Okay, deformed means it's out of shape, or the shape of his head was disturbing. Okay, the mishappen. All right, and a mishappen is an adjective. All right, so if we open up 184 in the actual text, we will see the part where he says, um, it's right here. It says his entire head looked mishappen. So here we have a predicate adjective. All right, using the linking verb looked. All right, his entire head looked mishappen. Mishappen means he thought his head looked ugly and basically out of shape or deformed. All right, and we all know that he had to do that because this is when he shaved his head. Okay. Um, say, or how would you use mishappen in a sentence? Ahmed, please.
Bruno had a mishappen face.
Face.
Head.
We can talk about Augie.
صح. Augie had a mishappen face.
All right. So a few of Augie's classmates bullied him because of his mishappen features, facial features. All right. He had a deformed face and he thought himself ugly. And, a lot of the classmates, or a few of them, they bullied him for that reason. Okay. And dwindling, we already know that Bruno has a lot of problems with his self confidence, starting from his height and so on. and he said that at the end, the last page of the chapter, he said that his self confidence was dwindling. He used it as a participle. His dwindling self confidence, which is an adjective describing his self confidence. So, dwindling here means that his self confidence was becoming less, or it was shrinking, or becoming less in amount. Okay, so his basically he's suggesting that his the way that he because Shmuel laughed at him, that made his self confidence drop even lower. Okay, so how would we use dwindling in a sentence? All right, how about Fadia? Do you have it? Fadia?
Miss Fadia, sometimes her mic doesn't work.
Okay, thank you. How about Adam? Do you have a sentence for dwindling? It's an adjective to describe something that is dropping or going down.
Yesterday I wrote traffic has dwindled to a freaking.
Okay. Okay. As rush hour passed, traffic dwindled, and we reached home on time. Okay, so dwindled means that it dropped or became less. Remember, it doesn't matter if you use ed or if you use ing. The tense doesn't matter as long as you're using the sentence in the correct connotation. Okay, so again, this is our vocab section. All right, and if you have the same definitions, keep them. If not, change them so that we could all agree on the same definition, just in case we see these words again. If not, then we learned what we do, the meaning of them, and how to use them in a sentence. How long has passed since Bruno's moved to Outwith? Maya.
Almost a year.
Okay, good job. Good. All right. Number two. What took place that caused Bruno to go back to Berlin for 2 days? What happened that caused Bruno to have to return to Berlin for what he explains for 2 days? Ali?
Grandmother had died.
Good job. His grandmother passed away, and he had to go back for the
Funeral.
to attend the funeral. Good job. All right. So
Yes, Yasmin.
yes.
Miss Fadia is asking you if she could answer the question in the chat because her mic is like broken.
Tell her sure.
Okay.
Sure, Faida. You could hear us. She could hear us or no?
I
She
guess
could
yeah.
hear, but she can't answer
She can't speak.
because of her
Okay.
mic.
Oh, okay. Okay. And number three. How about Luji Ayman? Explain the changes Bruno realized about himself when he returned to Berlin. And they're
That
physical. Mhm.
he almost forgot his best friend's name. And I don't know this answer. This is the only one that I left, so I don't know.
Oh, you did? Okay, no problem. How about let's go with Hannah Durghem, please.
Hadroham left.
Miss, may I answer?
Sure.
he realized that he's much taller than last time he was here. He could see the window to Berlin without standing on his tiptoes.
Perfect.
He realized that he was so much taller than last time he came here. Miss, we can't hear you.
We know that father is sad about his mother's death, and of course we know that it's normal to be upset. Of course, his mother passed away, but how does he specifically feel? Why would his situation be a tad bit worse than anybody's? All right, why? How does he feel? Judy, please.
He's very upset and also feels guilty because grandma passed away and he didn't get a chance to make up and fix the situation between them.
What was the situation between them?
They got into an argument before he left to out with me.
Over what, honey?
That he became commanded, he became commanded and follows the fairy.
Exactly.
يعني
Good. Perfect. All right. So again, his situation is worse, like Judy explained, due to the fact that he never had a chance to make up with his mom. All right. She passed away on a very angry note with him and not approving of what he's doing in Atwood. So that makes the situation worse because he feels that he never had a chance to make up with her or to make peace with her before she dies. Okay? All right, number 5. Mother said grandmother would turn in her grave if she knew it was there. Explain the circumstances around this quote. And what does that quote mean? Okay, so let's go with Adam, please.
Grandma would be angry and disappointed, and she would not approve the wreath.
She would not approve what, honey?
WREATH.
The wreath?
أيوة. Yes.
So please say wreath.
Wreath.
Thank you, Adam. Okay, so yes, during grandma's funeral, we saw that the furry had what's wrong? What's wrong, Ahmed? Ahmed, do you have something to say?
I don't know, Miss. Wallah, it was by accident.
No, it's fine. I'm not bothered. I just wanted to ask if you maybe this is your
لا
way
it's
to
by
get my
accident.
attention.
I
Oh, no,
didn't
no
mean to.
problem. I thought maybe you were trying to say something and I'm not hearing you or something. And this is your way of getting my attention. Um, so yeah. So number 5, again, we were discussing the idea that during the funeral, the Fury had sent flowers, which is a wreath, a collection of flowers, to honor Grandma's death. And Father felt very proud because, again, it's a big thing for the Fury to remember him. Okay, on such occasion.
Hello.
Okay.
Fadia, we can hear you now.
إيه ده بجد؟
Fadia, are you saying something, honey?
Yes, I was trying to يعني بحاول أعمل أي حاجة في المايك.
Okay, we
Can you
hear
hear me
you.
now?
Yeah, we hear you now.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so the furry.
Miss, are you gonna upload the model answer on SMS?
Yes, baby.
Okay, thank you.
Now, can you, Adam, please? You didn't finish explaining the rest of the quote. All right. What does it mean for a grandmother would turn in her grave if she knew it was there? What does she mean by that? Or what does the quote mean?
I don't know.
Who
Can I
knows?
answer?
Raise your hand, please.
I am.
Fadia?
Yes. Because like the fairy attended the funeral, and she didn't really
Did not
like,
attend the funeral. However, just sent a wreath.
yes, okay. But she didn't really like how the fairy acted كده يعني. يعني she
Guys,
wouldn't like.
I don't know why you guys do that. كده يعني. I don't know what that كده يعني is. Can you explain it, please, Fadia?
She didn't like how the fairy يعني acted towards the people the Jews يعني.
Okay, so we know that grandma doesn't approve of the fairy's actions and ideologies and how he is being unfair and cruel to the Jews.
Yes,
Okay, so she doesn't approve of his ideologies, and she doesn't approve of her son following these tracks. So is she going to be happy knowing that these flowers exist at her funeral?
No, because
That's what it means. Okay?
Miss, what does it mean? It was called she is the fairy something.
She's what?
Like we used to discuss in class that, for example, Lieutenant Cutler's dad is the fairy something. Like he's against the furry. What's another word for it that we used to say?
Oh, so in the book they call them traitors and cowards. But we said that he was against them.
Okay.
So grandma will not be happy to know. All right, list 4 reasons Bruno gives for leaving that things that for believing, sorry, that things aren't bad in Atwith. All right, so he mentions reasons why things are not so bad in Atwith as he used to think. All right, give us one, Hannah Durghem, please.
That is not bad that he in the Outwith house had 3 floors and then the 5 floors.
That's okay. He did mention that, but are they? I want solid reasons that he gives that are making him more hopeful about Atwith.
That it doesn't bother him that the soldier can win and يعني win coming to him that
he doesn't. He's not bothered by the soldiers coming and going, right?
Yes.
Give us things that happened, things that did occur that changed his mentality about Atwith. Maya.
مثلا
father and mother seem cheerful all the time now.
Okay.
One. Two. Mother didn't have to take as many naps or medical cherries as she used to
Medicinal. Okay.
take. Medicinal. Three.
Wait,
He
one
had
second.
his friend.
One second. So mom and dad seem cheerful nowadays, and mom isn't consuming as many medicinal cherries and taking naps as before. Okay, what else, Maya?
He had his friend Shmuel, which made make it better.
Shmuel, a friend to talk to. His little secret buddy. All right.
Yes.
Another one?
Four. Lieutenant Cutler had left out with.
Good. Lieutenant Cutler. And he's not bothered by him anymore. What else?
Yes. Grill was going through a phase and tended to keep out of his way and not bully him.
Perfect. Thank you, Maya.
You're welcome.
Number 7. Why does Bruno consider his friendship with Bruno? Sorry. Why does Bruno consider his friendship with Shmuel the strangest friendship he has ever had? Usama.
Because they met on a fence and they never got any stay or play with each other, and it wasn't an ordinary relationship.
Because they never played with each other. The only thing they ever did was
Touch hands, shake hands.
right. All they do is talk, okay, and they never play together. And to Bruno, this is weird. And Shmuel says that he actually enjoys these conversations. 8. What did Bruno want to ask his parents about? Why did he refrain or not do this? And who does he ask instead? Okay, so first of all, what did he want to ask his parents? What did he want to ask his parents? Reem. Kinsey.
He was asking that he was thinking more about the two sides of fence and the reasons and they why are they in other sides, and he considered to speak with his father and mother, but he was afraid to angry with him. So actually, he decided to ask hopeless case. The hopeless case will be Rachel.
Good job. So we know that Bruno started to, great job, Kinsey. Bruno started to think more and more of the separation of the fence, our side versus the other side of the fence. He wanted to ask mother and father, why? All right. He wanted to ask more about the separation, but he was afraid that they would become angry with him, or maybe even tell him something bad about Shmuel. And he doesn't want to hear anything negative about Shmuel because, again, this is his best friend, okay, or his new best friend, okay. So he wanted to ask his parents about the separation So he refers to Griddle. And of course, we know for him to go to Griddle, you know, that means he's really desperate for answers. What change did Griddle go through and when did it take place? What are some changes? Luji, Ayman.
That she became obsessed with newspapers and maps.
All right, but what did she get rid of?
Her dolls.
Good. She got rid of the entire collection of dolls. There's not one doll in sight. And she replaced all of them with maps of Europe. And she hung them all over her bedroom with little pins into them. And she consults the newspaper a lot and moves these pins. Okay, so why is she doing that? Because she's following up with the war. Very important to know. Remember, this is World War II, and Germany is involved, and people are placing, and the war is taking place in different parts of the world. So she's following the newspaper, and every time there's a shift or a movement of event, she detects it with the pins in the map, okay, or she represents it with the pins on her map. So we know that she's more and more into these political events rather than dolls, okay? Good job, Yaluji. Okay, so just remember that this is World War II, and she's consulting the newspaper to find out more about where Germany stands and where Germany is, fighting with who, doing which battles and where, and she's more into the politics. Mention two concepts that Griddle corrects for Bruno. All right, she makes a few corrections with him. In the beginning, we saw her, she used to also say at with, just like Bruno. Now she's learned how to say it. So I'm giving you like a little hint. How about Reem? Can you please help us understand what are the two concepts that Griddle corrects for Bruno?
Pronouncing out with right. This one.
And what is the next one?
She explains that the other people are Jews and must be kept together.
Good, because remember, what does Bruno think? Bruno thinks that the fence is to keep them away from going over there. So she corrects the concept for him. She tells him, no, the fence is to keep them away from us, not keep us away from them. We're not the problem. They're the problem. They're the Jews. They're the ones being punished, not us. So in Bruno's little mind, he thinks that he's the one who's being punished, that the fence is made up or put up to keep him away from the other side of the fence, as if the problem lies with them. So Griddle corrects it for him, and she makes him aware that the problem is not us. The problem is those people, those Jews. And the fence is put up to keep them away from us because they're the problem. We're not the problem. Okay? So let's put that.
Miss Judy
Good job,
spelling, you
Kareem.
can you let her in?
Who?
Judy.
Sure. Thank you. How does Griddle describe the people on the other side of the fence? What does Bruno inquire? Is Griddle able to answer? All right, so he tells her, who are these people? What does she say? That they are what? Fadia.
Miss Fadia left.
Okay, thank you, Hannah. How about Habiba? How does she describe this for him? Ahmed Rashwan, please. Maya? Maya?
Yes, Miss. She told him that they are Jews and that they shouldn't be mixed with us. Bruno asked in reply, "What are we?" But Griddle wasn't able to answer.
Good.
Miss, but at the end she says we're the opposite.
Exactly. Good. I was just about to ask this. Thank you, Hannah. Okay. She explains. We're the opposite of Jews. That's what she claims. Why does Griddle scream? All right, she's talking to Bruno, and then suddenly she shrieks. Why? Why does she scream? Yusuf, please.
Because there was a lice on her hair.
Good. She detects lice in her hair, traces of lice in her hair. What was mom doing then?
She was taking the afternoon nap.
Good job. How did they treat Griddle? How did they treat Griddle from the lice that she has? Judy.
They treated her with special shampoo, with special shampoo, and Bruno had the special shampoo too, but father decided to shave his head off, which made him cry.
Good. How are you guys? Yeah, wait 1 second. 1 second, guys.